Golden sunlight spills across a glittering skyline. Expensive cars glide through clean roads leading toward tall glass towers. The camera slowly drifts away from the high rises to the older part of town. Narrow lanes, fishing boats, the scent of salt and sea. Two worlds standing side by side, divided by wealth yet connected by the same horizon. Narration, Breiters V.O. In this city of shining towers and broken nets, fate had a strange way of bringing hearts together. Ent. Langford Estate. Aaron's bedroom. Morning, Aaron Langford. Mid-20s, stands before a massive window overlooking the ocean. He's well-dressed, confident, yet his eyes betray a quiet emptiness. Behind him, the walls are lined with awards, photos, and reminders of privilege, things he didn't earn but inherited. His phone buzzes. A message from his assistant flashes. Meeting with your father at 9 a.m. Aaron sighs deeply. He straightens his tie, forcing a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Narration V.O. He was born into gold, but every day felt like a cage. To the world, Aaron Langford had everything. To himself, he had nothing real at all. Ent. Langford Corporate Office. Richard Langford, a powerful man in his 60s, sits at the head of a long glass table. His voice is commanding, his tone sharp. He talks about profits, new land deals, and expansion plans. Aaron listens silently, lost in thought. Richard, you'll take over the new waterfront project next week. The city council's already on board. Aaron, hesitant. The one near the fishing village? People live there, Dad. Richard, snaps. People live everywhere, son. Progress means sacrifice. Remember that. Aaron doesn't respond. He looks out the window, watching cranes move steel over the sea. Progress, swallowing simplicity. XT. Fishing docks. Afternoon waves crash gently against wooden planks. Fishermen haul in nets. Nearby, a small cafe sits by the corner. The Seabreeze Cafe. Its walls are faded, its charm humble and warm. Inside, Maya, early 20s, wipes tables and hums softly. Her apron is worn, her hands rough from work, but her smile, bright and genuine, lights up the small space. She checks her phone. A message from her younger brother. Dad's coughing again. The medicine's almost finished. She sighs, looking toward the clock. Another long day ahead. Narration V.O. For Maya, every sunrise meant another battle. Not for dreams, but for survival. Yet even in struggle, she carried hope like a secret flame. 8XT. Road near the docks. Evening Aaron drives his sleek black car down a narrow road. He looks lost, not in direction, but in thought. Suddenly, the car jerks and stops. Smoke rises from the hood. He groans, stepping out in his suit and polished shoes. The contrast between him and the neighborhood is striking. Curious eyes follow him from nearby stalls. Maya, locking the cafe for the evening, notices his frustration. Maya, calling out, "Looks like it's overheated. You shouldn't have pushed it uphill like that." Aaron turns, surprised. Aaron, Yeah, maybe. I don't really know much about cars. Maya smiles. I can tell. She walks over, grabs a rag from her bag, and checks under the hood. Steam gushes out. Aaron steps back awkwardly, trying not to look useless. Aaron, you sure you know what you're doing? Maya, my dad's a mechanic. I've watched him fix worse things than this. Pauses. Do you have water? He rushes to the trunk and brings a bottle. She carefully pours it in, calming the engine's hiss. Maya, conted. There. It'll run long enough to get you somewhere safe, but you should take it to a workshop tomorrow. Aaron, thank you. I owe you one, Maya. You don't owe me anything. Just don't drive fancy cars down these roads again. They don't like it. They both laugh, a small, genuine sound that breaks the awkwardness. Aaron looks at her, the wind brushing through her hair, the warmth in her eyes, the way she makes simplicity look beautiful. For the first time in years, he feels seen. Narration VO. It was a moment neither expected. A man tired of perfection, and a girl who had nothing but sincerity. Two strangers, standing between two worlds, unaware that destiny had just whispered their names together. XT. Cafe. Knight Aaron sits on a bench outside, waiting for the tow truck. Maya brings him a cup of tea. Maya, you look like you could use this. Aaron takes it, smiles. You read minds, too? Maya just faces. Yours says trouble with life, not just car trouble. He chuckles softly, but there's pain behind it. An. You could say that. For a moment, silence sits between them. Comfortable, almost familiar. The kind that doesn't need words. Narration VO. Sometimes the universe doesn't shout when it changes your life. It just lets a stranger offer you a cup of tea. The sun rises over the harbor, painting the sea gold. The Seabreeze Cafe opens for another day. Maya wipes tables and sets cups, her mind still half lost in the memory of the man whose car broke down the day before. She shakes her head with a smile. Just another customer, she mutters to herself. Moments later, the cafe bell jingles. Aaron steps in, dressed casually this time, no suit, no tie, just a plain shirt and jeans. He looks around as if searching for something. Or someone. Maya, surprised. You again? I thought you'd be too busy to visit this part of town. Aaron, smiling. I figured I owed the cafe another chance. You know, to test if the tea is as good as I remember. Maya, it's the same tea. You must have liked it a lot, Aaron. Maybe it wasn't the tea. She laughs, softly, nervously, but doesn't reply. Montage. The days that follow. Aaron returns every morning, always ordering the same thing. Maya teases him about having no taste in food. He calls her too honest for a cafe owner. They walk near the harbor after closing hours, watching children play and fishermen fix their nets. She tells him stories about her brother's dreams, her father's illness, and her small hopes for a better life. He listens, really listens, as if every word she says matters more than all the business meetings he's ever attended. Narration VO. What began as simple visits turned into quiet rituals. Sometimes love doesn't arrive with thunder. It slips in gently, like sunlight through an open door. XT. Doc's evening Aaron and Maya sit on a wooden bench, sharing roasted corn from a roadside stall. The golden sky reflects on the waves. Aaron. You know, this is the first time I've eaten street food in my life. Maya, grinning. You're joking. Everyone's had roasted corn. Aaron. Not everyone grows up near real people. I grew up behind gates and guards. My mother would faint if she saw me eating this. Maya. Then don't tell her. Some secrets taste better than the truth. He looks at her. Really looks at her. The simplicity in her smile disarms him. For the first time in years, he feels free. You're different. Maya, playfully. Different good or different weird? Aaron good. The kind of good I didn't know existed. She blushes and looks away. The air between them softens. XT. Community Festival. Night colorful lights string across the harbor. Music fills the air. Children dance. Vendors laugh. The scent of food drifts through the crowd. Maya walks beside Aaron, showing him the festival she's attended every year since she was little. Our community organizes this to celebrate the sea. My dad says the ocean gives life, and sometimes takes it back. Aaron, it's beautiful. It feels real. She watches him smile, genuine, boyish, full of wonder. A man used to marble floors now laughing barefoot on sand. They join a small dance circle, hesitant at first, then laughing as they stumble to the rhythm. The crowd cheers when Aaron almost trips, but Maya catches his hand. Their laughter blends with the music. For a moment, they forget everything else. Narration. VO. In that laughter, the walls between their worlds began to fall. Brick by brick. Heartbeat by heartbeat, XT. Harbor. Later that night, the festival quiets down. Lanterns float on the water, their reflections trembling like little stars. Maya and Aaron walk along the dock, hand in hand. Silence hangs between them, peaceful, warm. Maya. You never talk about your family, Aaron. There's not much to say. My father runs a company. My mother runs everything else. Maya sounds. Strict, Aaron, you have no idea. They believe happiness comes with a price tag. I used to believe that too, until I met you. Her eyes soften. For the first time, she sees the loneliness beneath his calm. Maya. Everyone's fighting something, I guess. For me, it's bills and medicine. For you, it's expectations. Maybe we're not so different. Aaron. Maybe not. They stop walking. The moonlight touches her face. Aaron reaches out, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. A moment of stillness, unspoken feelings hanging in the air. But before either can speak, Maya's phone rings. She steps back, breaking the moment. Maya, it's my brother. I should go. She smiles faintly and walks away, leaving Aaron standing alone by the water, the soft glow of lanterns fading around him. Chanti, Maya's home. Late night, a small, humble room. Her father coughs weakly from his bed. Maya brings him water, her eyes distant. Her brother watches her quietly. Brother, that man. The one who came to the cafe. He's not like us, is he? Maya doesn't answer. She just looks out the window, where the city lights shimmer in the distance. Narration. VO. She could feel her heart drifting towards something she didn't understand. Something dangerous. Because deep down, Maya knew love between two worlds never comes without a cost. In T. Langford Estate. Aaron's room. Same night, Aaron lies awake, staring at the ceiling. He can still hear Maya's laughter echoing in his mind, but the thought of his family, of what they'd say, creeps in like a shadow. Narration. VO. He had tasted real happiness for the first time, and already the fear of losing it had begun to grow. Soft piano music plays as chandeliers sparkle over a long, polished table. Elizabeth Langford, early 60s, elegant and composed, sits at the head. Every move she makes is measured, from how she cuts her food to how she glances at her son. Aaron enters, late and distracted. Elizabeth, you're late again, darling. Aaron, sorry, I lost track of time. Elizabeth, sharp. Lost track or lost interest? She folds her napkin neatly, her tone polite but heavy. Elizabeth, conted. Your father tells me you've been skipping business meetings, spending time near the docks of all places. That's not a part of town you belong in. Aaron. People live there too, Mother. Good people. Elizabeth. Good people don't need saving, Aaron. They need discipline. Her voice softens, but her eyes narrow. Steel behind silk. Elizabeth, conted. You've always had a soft heart. I love that about you. But too much softness makes a man weak. Aaron looks away. He knows where this conversation is headed. Narration, VO. She was the kind of mother who believed love meant control, and control meant safety, NTT. Private office. Knight Elizabeth sits behind her desk. She opens a folder marked Langford Family, Private Investigator Report. Photographs spill out. Aaron and Maya at the cafe, laughing near the harbor, dancing at the festival. Each image pierces her pride like a needle. Elizabeth, coldly. So this is the girl, the little waitress. She flips through the pages. Notes about Maya's background, her father's illness, her modest home. Elizabeth, to herself. Poor, uneducated, and desperate. Of course, she leans back, calculating. Elizabeth, conted. She's not after his heart. She's after his name. Her reflection in the glass window looks ghostly, almost regal. A queen guarding her throne. Ekti. Sea Breeze Cafe. Day the next day, Aaron arrives with flowers. Maya smiles as he walks in, but something about his expression tells her he's uneasy. Maya. Rough day? Aaron, you could say that. My mother's not easy to deal with. Maya. You told her about me? Aaron, not yet. But she knows something's different. She always does. Maya nods slowly, concern flickering across her face. Maya, Aaron. I don't want to cause trouble for you. Aaron. You're not. You're the only thing that makes sense right now. He reaches for her hand. She hesitates, just for a second, then lets him hold it. Narration, VO. In that quiet corner of the cafe, love felt safe. But somewhere across town, a storm was already forming. Any end. Langford Estate. Aaron's study. Knight Aaron sits reading when Elizabeth enters, unannounced. She closes the door softly. Elizabeth, we need to talk. Aaron sets the book aside, bracing himself. Elizabeth, calmly. I know about the girl. He freezes. Aaron, you've been spying on me. Elizabeth, don't make this dramatic, dear. I simply needed to protect you from a mistake. Aaron, she's not a mistake. Elizabeth, oh, Aaron. Every poor girl who gets close to a wealthy man says she's different. They smile, they charm, and when the time is right, they take what they came for. Her tone grows colder, every word sharper than the last. Aaron, you don't know her. Elizabeth, and you don't know people. You live in a dream, son. Out there, love doesn't feed the hungry or pay the bills. It destroys people like her. And you. Aaron's voice trembles with frustration. Aaron, you think money can buy everything, but it can't buy peace, and it can't buy her heart. Elizabeth, then prove it. Leave her, and show me that your love is not built on fantasy. He looks at her, a mix of disbelief and pain. Aaron, no, Mother. For once in my life, I'm doing something because it feels right, not because it's expected. He walks past her, leaving her standing alone. Narration VO. For the first time, her son's defiance felt like betrayal, and betrayal was something Elizabeth Langford never forgave. End T. Langford Estate. Late night Elizabeth sits by the fireplace, sipping wine. Her eyes glimmer with anger and determination. Elizabeth, to herself. If I can't change his heart, I'll change his world. She picks up her phone and makes a call. Elizabeth, it's me. I want every detail on that girl. Her job, her debts, her family. Quietly. And find a way to make her disappear from my son's life. Her face hardens in the firelight. Beautiful. Ruthless, unshakable. EXT. Café. Morning a few days later, Maya notices whispers among her co-workers. A manager suddenly questions her about money missing from the till. Something she didn't do. Customers she once knew avoid her eyes. Narration VO. The storm had begun. Silent, invisible, but powerful enough to ruin everything in its path. Her phone rings. It's the hospital. Her father's medical bills have been mysteriously paid. She feels relief and confusion. Maya, whispers. Who would do that? Outside, a black car drives by slowly. Through the tinted glass, Elizabeth watches, her expression unreadable. Victory without joy. Ent. Langford Estate. Balcony, Knight Errant looks out at the city lights. His heart uneasy. He doesn't know what his mother has done. Only that Maya has grown distant, her voice on the phone shorter, colder. He feels the distance growing, but doesn't understand why. Narration VO. Love, when tested by power, becomes fragile, and in the shadows of wealth, even truth begins to sound like a lie. Rain clouds hang heavy over the coastal town. Inside the cafe, the once bright laughter has faded. Maya stands behind the counter, her eyes tired, her spirit dimmed. Her co-workers glance at her, whispering, "Manager!" "Maya, can I see you for a minute?" She steps into the office. The manager's tone is firm, his words rehearsed. "Manager, conted. We've received complaints. Money's been missing from the register again, and your name came up." Maya, shaken. "That's not true. You know I'd never, manager." "I'm sorry, Maya. Until we sort this out, we'll have to let you go." Her world spins. She can barely breathe. She walks out into the rain, clutching her bag, her dignity breaking with every step. Narration VO. When lies are spun by power, truth becomes a luxury no one can afford. In T. Hospital. Maya rushes to her father's bedside. The old man lies weak but peaceful. A nurse hands her an envelope. Nurse. Your father's medical expenses have been paid in full. Anonymously. Maya frowns, confused. The envelope bears a symbol, the Langford family crest. She freezes. Whispers. No, she wouldn't. Narration VO. It was mercy disguised as control. The kind of kindness that feels like a chain around your neck. NT. Langford Estate. Private office. Knight Elizabeth meets with a sharply dressed lawyer. "Mr. Holloway, Elizabeth, you're sure everything's arranged?" Holloway. "Yes, Mrs. Langford. The girl's debts will be cleared, her father's care secured. But her name will be ruined at the cafe. No respectable employer will touch her again." Elizabeth's face remains expressionless, as if discussing the weather. Elizabeth Good. Then she'll have no reason to stay. "Sometimes, my dear Holloway, Love needs to be guided. She gazes at a photo of Aaron as a boy, smiling, innocent. Her voice softens almost imperceptibly. Elizabeth, conted. Everything I do is for him. XT. Dockside Path. Evening Maya waits by the sea where she and Aaron often met. The water reflects stormy skies. Aaron arrives, smiling, unaware of the chaos she's endured. Aaron, I've missed you. You've been distant. What's going on? Maya forces a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Maya. Nothing. Just work, life. He studies her face. The hesitation. The fear. Aaron. You can tell me anything. Tears well up in her eyes. She looks away. Maya, can I? Beat. What if I said I don't belong in your world? Aaron. Then I'd leave that world behind. She shakes her head. Maya. You can't. You shouldn't. Your mother's right about one thing. Love doesn't pay hospital bills. He grabs her hand. Aaron. Don't say that. Whatever she's done, I'll fix it. I'll protect you. Maya, how? By fighting your own blood? She'll never let us be. And I won't be the reason you lose everything. Her voice cracks. The truth too heavy to hide. She turns and walks away before he can see her break. Narration, VO. Some goodbyes aren't shouted. They're whispered through tears that fall when no one's looking. Int. Langford Estate. Library. Knight Aaron storms in. Drenched and furious. Elizabeth looks up from her book, unfazed. Aaron, what did you do? Elizabeth, I beg your pardon. Aaron, you ruined her job. You paid her father's bills to make her feel small. You've turned her life upside down. Elizabeth, I saved her from a mistake. And I saved you from a scandal. He slams his hand on the table. Aaron, you think love is a scandal? Elizabeth, when it drags the Langford name into the gutter, yes. A pause. Then her tone softens, almost pleading. Elizabeth, conted. You're my only child, Aaron. I've built everything for you. Don't throw it away for a girl who will never fit into this world. He stares at her, eyes burning. Aaron. Then maybe it's this world that doesn't deserve her. He walks out, leaving the door open, wind howling through the hall. Elizabeth's composure falters for the first time. Her reflection in the glass trembles. Narration, VO. For all her power, she couldn't control what frightened her most. Losing him. End. Maya's house. Night Maya sits by her father's bedside, packing their things quietly. Her father stirs. Father, weakly. You love him, don't you? She nods through tears. Father. Then don't let fear be stronger than love. She smiles faintly, but her eyes are broken. Maya. It's not fear, Papa. It's his mother, and I can't fight her world. She tucks a letter into her bag, addressed to Aaron. Henty, Langford Estate. Aaron's room, morning. Aaron wakes to find a letter on his desk, her handwriting delicate, trembling. Maya, VO, reading her letter. Aaron, I love you. But sometimes love means letting go before it's turned into something ugly. Please don't look for me. Take care of your mother. She needs you more than I do. Maya. He clutches the letter, his breath uneven. His eyes burn with grief and helpless rage. He rushes to the phone, dials her number. Disconnected. He drives to her home. Empty. She's gone. XT. Train station. Maya boards a train with her father, carrying only 2 bags and a heart full of silence. The whistle blows. The city fades behind her. She looks out the Window. Her reflection merges with the gray sky. Narration, VO. Sometimes the greatest act of love is walking away before love turns to hate. Ternomartuenmonte, estate, balcony, evening. Elizabeth stands by the window, watching the sun sink below the horizon. She sips her tea calmly, unaware that her victory has come at a cost she can't yet see. Behind her, Aaron enters silently. He looks at his mother, and for the first time, she sees not the boy she raised, but the man she's lost. He walks past her without a word, leaving the house to echo with loneliness. Narration, VO. The web was woven perfectly, but even the finest silk tears, when pulled by a heart that refuses to break. Inun T. Langford Corporate Tower. Boardroom. Night, the rain pounds against the glass walls. The Langford Empire stands tall, glittering, but cold. Aaron sits at the head of the long mahogany table, papers scattered before him. His face is pale, eyes hollow, a man present in body, but not in spirit. Aaron, quietly, canceled the waterfront project. It's destroying homes. Gasps ripple through the room. A senior executive leans forward. Executive Mr. Langford. That project is worth millions. Aaron, cutting in. Then it can afford to die. He stands and walks out, ignoring the murmurs behind him. In T. Langford Estate. Study. Knight Elizabeth sits alone by the fireplace. The flames cast her face in shades of regret. The door opens. Aaron enters without knocking. Aaron, he's gone. Elizabeth looks up, confused. Aaron, conted. Father, he had a heart attack this morning. The cup in her hand trembles. Porcelain shatters on the marble floor. Elizabeth whispers. No. Aaron doesn't comfort her. His tone is cold, distant. Aaron. He died calling my name, but I was too busy cleaning up the mess this family made. She looks at him, pain and guilt battling in her eyes. Elizabeth, I didn't mean for... Aaron, didn't you? Every lie, every plan, every wall you built between me and happiness, it all started with you. He turns away, eyes glassy with restrained tears. Aaron, softly, you took everything from me, even her. He walks out, leaving Elizabeth alone amid the ruins of her control. Narration, VO. Some victories rot faster than defeat, and hers was already crumbling to dust. Ext. Countryside. Day 2 years later. A dusty pickup rumbles down a quiet dirt road lined with golden fields. Aaron steps out, dressed simply. A faded shirt, worn jeans. His eyes carry years of loss. A sign reads, Haven Ridge Community School. He walks toward it with quiet purpose. Children laugh in the distance, their joy piercing the silence around him. Inti Schoolhouse. Day inside, Maya writes on a chalkboard. Her hair is tied back neatly, her smile soft and patient as she helps a child spell a word. For a moment, she laughs, a sound he hasn't heard in years. Aaron freezes at the doorway. The world stills. She turns. Their eyes meet, the chalk slips from her hand. Maya whispers. Aaron? Aaron, hi, Maya. The children sense something sacred in the air. The teacher's smile fades, replaced by trembling silence. Maya, quietly. Children, take your lunch break early. When they leave, the room fills with memories, unspoken, heavy, alive. XT. School garden. Day they sit on a wooden bench beneath an old tree. The wind hums softly. Neither speaks for a long time. I didn't know you were here. I came for a charity review, and there you were. Maya, faint smile. I built a new life. Quiet, simple. It's all I ever wanted. He studies her. The peace in her voice, the pain behind her eyes. You deserved better than what we had. Pauses. My father's gone, and my mother. She has everything she wanted, except a son who will look her in the eye. Maya's expression softens. Maya, I never hated her, Aaron. I pitied her. She loved you in the only way she knew, by trying to control what scared her. Aaron, bitterly. Then her fear cost us everything. A silence lingers. The breeze stirs her hair. Maya, gently. Maybe it didn't. We survived it, didn't we? He smiles faintly, the first real smile in years. Aaron. Survived? Yes. But living. I stopped doing that when you left. Tears shimmer in her eyes. Maya. You don't understand, Aaron. I left because I loved you. I couldn't let you throw away your world for me. Aaron. That world was never mine. It was theirs. Pete. I'm trying to build something new now. Something honest. Maybe. You could help me. She looks down, torn between longing and fear. Maya. You're asking me to walk back into a storm, Aaron. Pauses. What if it destroys us again? He reaches for her hand, hesitant, trembling. Aaron. Then, at least we'll face it together this time. The words hang between them. Fragile. Hopeful. Narration. Fathers. V.O. Sometimes love doesn't return in a blaze. It comes back quietly, like sunlight through broken clouds. Int. Elizabeth's bedroom. Night Elizabeth lies awake, staring at a newspaper headline. Aaron Langford visits rural school. New charity initiative. Below it, a small photograph. Aaron and Maya standing side by side. Her hand trembles as she touches the photo. Elizabeth, softly. She's back. For the first time in years, her eyes glisten with tears. Not of pride, but regret. Narration. V.O. The empire she built was unshakable, but a single picture broke what decades of guilt could not. Ex Sati. Schoolhouse. Sunset Aaron watches Maya play with the children. Laughter fills the air, simple and pure. He stands there, smiling, tears in his eyes. Aaron, to himself. I finally found peace, and it looks nothing like power. The camera pans to the horizon, the same ocean that once separated their worlds. Now it glows golden beneath the dying sun. Narration. V.O. The storm had passed, but its echoes would soon bring one last reckoning, a truth that would heal what lies had broken. Rain taps against the windows. The once grand room feels hollow. The portraits on the wall stare down like silent judges. Elizabeth Langford sits in bed, frail, wrapped in a shawl. Her once perfect hair is streaked with silver. On the bedside table rests a bottle of pills and a framed picture of Aaron as a child. The housekeeper quietly enters with tea. Housekeeper, gently. Ma'am, the doctor says you should rest. Elizabeth nods faintly, her eyes distant. Elizabeth, rest. After a lifetime of unrest. The housekeeper hesitates, then leaves. Elizabeth opens a newspaper beside her. The same headline from before. Aaron Langford rebuilds hope. Charity project expands with local school teacher Maya Patel. Her fingers trace Maya's picture. Elizabeth, whispering, she's still in his life. After everything I did, she closes her eyes, a tear slipping free. XT, Countryside Road. Dia black car drives through the winding countryside, passing fields and distant hills. Inside, Elizabeth sits in silence, clutching a small envelope in her hands. Her driver glances in the mirror, concern in his eyes. "Driver, are you sure about this, ma'am? You don't look well." Elizabeth, softly. "I've looked well my whole life." It's time to look honest. XT, Haven Ridge School, afternoon. The car pulls up near the small schoolyard. Children play outside. Laughter echoes. Maya notices the car and frowns slightly. When the door opens and Elizabeth steps out, frail but proud, Maya's breath catches in her throat. "Maya," under her breath. "No, it can't be." Elizabeth steadies herself on a cane, walking slowly toward her. The world around them quiets. XT, School Garden. Moments later, they stand face to face beneath the same tree where Maya and Aaron had once talked. The silence between them is heavy, years of pain and misunderstanding lingering in the air. Maya, guarded. "Mrs. Langford, why are you here?" Elizabeth, "To say what I should have said years ago." Maya crosses her arms, struggling to control the tremor in her voice. "Maya, you destroyed my life. You humiliated me. You made sure your son hated himself for loving me. Why now?" Elizabeth's eyes fill with tears. Real, unrestrained tears. Elizabeth, "Because I'm dying, Maya. The doctors say months, maybe less, and I can't leave this world carrying what I've done." Maya freezes. The anger in her face wavers. "Elizabeth," trembling, "I thought I was protecting him. From pain, from poverty, from everything I feared. But I was protecting myself, my pride, my ignorance." She takes a shaky breath. Elizabeth, conted. "I told myself, you weren't good enough. Because if I admitted you were, I'd have to face how small I'd become." Maya's eyes glisten, her guard cracking. "Maya, you ruined him, Mrs. Langford. You ruined both of us." "Elizabeth, I know, and that's why I'm here. Not to beg for mercy, but to beg for peace." She takes the envelope from her coat and hands it to Maya. Elizabeth, softly. Inside are letters. One for Aaron, one for you, and one for myself, to remind me that forgiveness isn't something I can demand. It's something I must hope for. Maya hesitates, then accepts the envelope with trembling hands. Elizabeth, conted. "Please, tell him I was wrong. Tell him his mother finally saw the truth. That love isn't weakness. It's the only strength that matters." Her voice cracks. "Elizabeth," barely above a whisper. "And tell him I'm proud of the man he became, even if it meant losing him." Tears spill down Maya's face. She takes a slow step forward. "Maya, you don't have to die with that guilt, Mrs. Langford." Elizabeth looks up, confused. "Maya," softly, "I forgive you. Not for you, but for him. Because hate only builds the same walls you tore down." For the first time in her life, Elizabeth smiles. Not the polished smile of high society, but a trembling, human one. Elizabeth, through tears. "Thank you, my dear." Her knees weaken. Maya catches her before she falls. Ext schoolyard. Later Aaron arrives, breathless, rushing toward them. His eyes widen as he sees his mother in Maya's arms. "Aaron! Mother!" Elizabeth looks up at him, her face pale, her breath shallow. Elizabeth, faintly. My boy. I'm so sorry. Aaron drops to his knees beside her, tears falling freely. He takes her hand, pressing it to his chest. Aaron, whispers, "It's okay, Mom. You can rest now." A small, peaceful smile touches her lips. Elizabeth, you finally found love. Don't lose it again. Her hand slips from his. Silence. Only the sound of the wind moving through the trees. XT. School garden. Sunset Maya and Aaron stand side by side as the sun dips low. Narration. VO. In her final breath, Elizabeth Langford freed not just her son, but herself. For the first time, her heart belonged not to her pride, but to peace. Aaron places a single white rose on a bench under the tree. Aaron, softly. Goodbye. Mom. Maya takes his hand. They stand there as the light fades, two souls bound not by pain anymore, but by forgiveness. The sea glows in gold and amber light as Aaron stands quietly on the same shore where it all began. The wind carries the scent of salt and memories. He has changed, no longer the polished heir of an empire, but a man shaped by loss, humility, and love that refused to die. Behind him, the village hums with evening life, children laughing, fishermen calling out, the world moving gently on. Aaron. VO. Softly. Funny how the world keeps turning, even after you lose everything you thought mattered. A soft voice interrupts his thoughts. Maya. OS. You didn't lose everything. He turns. Maya stands there, calm, radiant, and stronger than ever. Her eyes carry years of pain, forgiveness, and quiet hope. For a moment, neither speaks. The silence between them feels sacred. Aaron. I've spent years chasing redemption, but all I ever wanted was you. Maya. You don't need redemption, Aaron. You just needed to find your heart again. He steps closer. The distance that once separated their worlds feels small now, almost foolish. Maya takes his hand, and in that single touch, the past dissolves. XT. Ocean Cliff. Twilight later, they stand together at the cliff's edge, where the waves crash below. The same sea that once divided the rich from the poor now binds them in peace. Arirhon Ain. She forgave us all, Maya, even herself. Maya, smiling softly. Then we should do the same. Aaron nods, tears glinting in his eyes. He looks out toward the horizon. Vast, endless, free. Aaron. VO. In the end, love wasn't about holding on. It was about letting go. They embrace as the sun dips beyond the ocean. The wind whispers through the waves, carrying away the pain, leaving only peace. Fade out closing. Note, love, when tested by cruelty and time, becomes unbreakable. For in forgiveness, not wealth, not power, lies true freedom.